Here's another example of a 3D scene that includes some text animation. I'll play it first and we'll break it down a little bit. So we have what looks kind of like a scary, dangerous hallway with some mist that the camera's moving through and coming up to some text that's set off on a little bit to give it some 3D perspective and flickering on. So let's take a look at what we've really got here and how this is made. And of course, we've included this project file, which you're welcome to use for your own projects or replace the textures, replace the text, use it however you want in order to better understand how this is made. But basically, there are ceiling, back wall, side walls, and floor. These are just flat textures that I've laid on each on their sides to create kind of a box. In fact, if we go to the perspective view for the camera and check this out, this is our box right here. It's a little hard to see because the light is only inside here, so let me turn that light off, and then we can see these textures. See, they're just made to form a little box, and the camera's at the front of that box, and while the animation plays, the camera moves through the box. This mist, so that's basically the walls here. The text is being animated with a bunch of parameter behaviors and a sequence text behavior, all things we've looked at already. There is some smoke from a existing preset particle emitter in here. That's in this group. And finally, the camera has a couple of wriggle parameter behaviors to make it move around, and the light itself moves around. So if we go back to the active camera view, we can see exactly how the animation unfolds. One thing that might not be immediately obvious about this, if I select the camera and go to the inspector, is that the angle of view for the camera is extremely high. It's like an extreme wide-angle camera. So if I go back to the end, that's why these walls look kind of stretched out. It gives it a lot more depth. If we were to change that angle of view, it would look a lot flatter like that. So that's one thing that can be really useful for any kind of 3D or for making the text look really stretched out. So if I'm closer here, you can really change the perspective by using an extreme wide angle or going more telephoto.